What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are returning to the Zanskar invasion and Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. Last time, Tassila fleet went up against the League. Chronicle launched in the Contio and saved Tassila before his ship was jacked. Katagina informed Connie that Shakti and the girls are safe. This time, Uso runs into Godwald once again. The kids sneak into Side 2, and Uso is reunited with Shakti. So let's get into this. The League is going through the debris post-battle to find survivors. Uso is getting impatient and wants to save Shakti. Someone starts shooting in the debris field. They spot a wrecked Callisto class. Uso spots that someone inside is waving the white flag, but Junko says not today and kills him. Uso tries to justify what he just saw by saying, well, you shouldn't have fired at Junko. He hasn't realized war is hell and there isn't a justification for everything in life just yet. The League captured a Squid-class ship. The Squid class is the longest battleship in Universal Century at 656 meters in length. The Zanskar Empire ship was built with the Kalos gill, and like the Callisto and the Amalthea, is completely symmetrical and has multiple bridges. All catapults can be used at once, allowing for 8 mobile suits to launch at a time. It is equipped with 8 2-barrel main beam cannons and 8 multi-launchers in front of the catapults. This lacks defensive armor and requires mobile suits for its defensive purposes. I believe last episode I said Tassila was on an Amalthea, but it was a Squid class. They're heading to Levian Rose 4. What happened to 2 and 3? Also, remember when Emery died saving Bright? But Bright was like, well, I told her multiple times I was married, so oh well. See, this is the gold you miss when you skip Double Zeta. This new ship is going to be renamed the Reinforced Junior. While looking through the rubble, he runs into Hato, who shows him a picture of Shakti and the kids. He then runs into an Abigor. The ZM D11S Abigor is a transformable mobile suit, which has high firepower in mobile suit form and high mobility in mobile armor form. This mobile suit is huge for this time, standing at 22 meters tall. Weapons include beam cannons, a pair of beam sights, a pair of beam katars, a pair of beam cutters, and a beam net generator. Uso remembers this is the same mobile suit that Godwald had. That is when he is captured by Godwald. He doesn't initially recognize Uso and tells him he is going to teach him a lesson about surviving in space. The two engage in combat. Oliver and Junko comes in to assist along with enemy Zolots. The Abigor uses its beam scythe to slice through Uso's legs. The Abigor is big enough to grab the 2 Zolots and bail. It unleashes a beam net generator while retreating. They head back to Levian Rose. Uso tells Oliver and Junko about Godwald. He seems to be known as the man-eating tiger, and he is to be feared. The Highland kids are informed that they got into contact with their parents near Side 2. The kids want to sneak out and look for Shakti, but are stopped by Marbei and Junko. Junko rubs his head and her boobs as punishment. Can I be punished? He admits that he is doing this for Shakti, so they let him go. Then Marbei kisses him? What is happening? They head out and are instantly met with Godwald's team again. The Abigor's beam net generator grabs onto Victory Gundam's legs. He ejects the boots and takes off in the core top through the debris field. Uso leads Godwald on and lures him into an attack. When he attacks, Uso dodges and Godwald hits his own wingman. The ejected boots kicks the Abigor from behind, and Uso comes in from the front. He hesitates at shooting Godwald, but not at shooting his other wingman. He says that Uso isn't meant to be a soldier. Odello and Thomas come in with a battery backup for Uso. Uso fires the battery, causing an explosion as a distraction. This allows him to get a direct hit, destroying the Abigor. Godwald ejects and tries to jack the Gundam, but Uso uses his grappling hook to push him back towards the exploding Abigor. Before dying, he tells Uso, good job. You just killed me, but respect, bro. The Highland kids meet up with their parent. War is getting to Uso, but he still has to find Shakti. The kids are creating an electric wire trap when Martina starts to feel sick. She needs to see a doctor, but the closest is on Side 2, which is Zanskar territory. They have no choice but to go. A rock is drifting towards the colony. A patrol group goes out to investigate in shy-tarns. The ZMS-19S shy-tarn is a defensive unit used by the Ballistic Equipment and Space Patrol Armory. It functions mainly as a guard unit for the colonies. This unit can't operate for too long and can't go long distances. This should be used as a last line of defense. Weapons include a beam shield on each shoulder and a beam rifle which doubles as a beam saber. The kids are sneaking close in with their wire contraption thingy. The 2 shy-tarns approach and attack. The kids release dummies as a distraction. Uso grabs one of the mobile suits and tells them to eject. The patrol team grabs the pilot and they bail. Uso looks at a space colony for the first time in his life. They break into a dock that's not being used. The patrol team is picked up by a sandhodge. We broke this down in our coverage of Crossbone Ghost. Go give that a watch. The patrol group heads out while the kids get Martina into the colony. One thing about the sandhodges is that they were made independently by the Sandhodge Company, mainly used as mobile workers. But its creator, Zubrak Simenev, wants to show that they can be used for combat. They use the nail magnetic anchor to hold Victory Gundam in place. One of the patrolmen detaches from the sandhodge and goes off book, while the other two kick Victory Gundam in the dick. His beam pistol still works, and Uso begins shooting. He gets free and uses the beam saber to chop off the limbs, and uses this opportunity to bail towards the hangar. He meets up with Hato, where they run into a security robot. Uso is able to take it out quite easy, making you wonder the purpose if a kid could take it down. He sneaks into the colony, which happens to be Amelia Colony, which we just saw in F90 Fastest Formula. This was supposed to be an independent colony before the Zanskar invasion. He eventually meets up with Odello, where they are all reunited with Flanders, Carlman, and Susie. Uso wonders where Shakti is. Susie tells everyone that they are here because Shakti is meeting with her mother. Shakti is told that Maria left her on Earth because she thought she would be safe. Katajina put hidden cameras in the room. They want to use Shakti to promote a motherly society proposed by Fons Kagati. Zanskar is patrolling the area. The girls hide in the hospital, while the boys hide out somewhere else for plot reasons. Meanwhile, the League is testing out their new Reinforced Junior refit. The Reinforced Junior is a modified version of a Reinforced that uses the Squid-class parts. It has a beam shield emitter that can allow the ship to ram things. It also has additional hangar space. Weapons include a beam shield, 6 2-barrel main guns, and 16 3-barrel secondary guns. Marbet launches in the Gundam Hexa. The LM312V06 Victory Gundam Hexa is a modified Victory Gundam with a bunny ear antenna design on the head and a brand new core fighter. This is designed to be a commander unit and has enhanced sensors. The Victory Gundam Hexa's combat capabilities are identical to the original Victory Gundam. The overhang pack can be attached to create the V-Gundam Hexa. Uso uses Hato to project images of the Gundam. Security Forces thinks it is real and shoot at it. Hato, quick, use tackle. While heading back to the Gundam, Uso uses a stick. A stick? To take down Pink Security Robot Chan? Someone sold Zanskar a robot of lies. He escapes and daydreams as Shakti. While not paying attention, in comes the Sandhodge, shocking the Gundam. Hato goes, "I got you, bro," and takes in all the electricity. No, Hato! This allows Uso to continue fighting. A shy-tarn attacks from behind. He is overwhelmed. Hey Larry, what do you think is happening over there? Probably just some tests. Oh my god! The League is planning an all-out attack on Side 2. Tsilavago preps the Squid's mobile suits. A surprise attack is happening. They tie up the Gundam for now, but Uso gets power working in the cockpit and just does the most casual escape in all of Gundam. He realizes that the League is currently attacking. Chronicle launches and the Kontio, while Uso heads into the colony. The two meet up and begin fighting, but he is distracted by an easy gun. At the palace, Shakti can sense Uso and runs towards him. Uso meets up with Marbet and they head to the castle. He is finally reunited with Shakti. She tells Uso that Maria is her mother. The reunion is short as they are met with more enemies. Uso gets back into the Gundam and continues fighting. The two meet up with Oliver. The strike team is handling business on the outside of the colony. Odello and the others were able to get Martina off the colony safely due to the power of cutting away, but they run into the Sandhodge. Uso heads out of the colony to help their shuttle and the fishbone escape. Uso does the General Grievous while detaching the top and bottom, allowing him and the kids to retreat to the Reinforced Junior. Otis helps Uso repair Hato. The kids have a party on the ship and discuss how Odello got Martina out of there. Now you're just messing with us by not showing it. Odello, don't go full beat ya. Uso wonders if he should have left Shakti on Side 2. Uso gets a punch in the face by Robert Gomez, who is acting as the captain of the Reinforced Junior. Peggy also gives him a slap on the ass. Chronicle is running tests with his Kontio team when Tsilavago informs him of the location of the League. He heads out with his team to attack. The Strike Girls, Oliver and Marbet, launch in Gun-Easies, while Uso's the only one that launches in the Gundam. Uso has Peggy's back. She thinks he may be a new type. The Kontio team approaches and catches their team in a pincer maneuver. Uso gives Peggy the overhang pack. She fires the overhang cannons. Captain Gomez heads to the hangar and grabs Odello and Warren to help them launch victory parts. Peggy's shins get cooked, but it is okay. She has shin healing spray. Uso returns to the battlefield resupplied. He takes off in the core booster and depletes another overhang pack once again. Peggy says, "I will murder everyone here if I have to." Oliver ejects his boots and top and self-destructs the units inside the Amalthea hangars. Uso heads towards the Contios and Peggy. Chronicle fires at Peggy's back, but Uso comes in with the save. He instantly takes out one Contio. Chronicle realizes this team can't handle Uso, and they retreat. Marbay saves Peggy, whose gun Easy is nearly destroyed. They head back to the Bonefish. The team is too far from the Reinforced Junior, and Martinez still needs a hospital. They have to return to Side 2. Really, we're doing this again. Okay. They hide the Gun Easy and the Gundam in an Amalthea junker ship, while the kids paint the ship and Zolo back to its Zanskare red color. Uso was found by the junkers and taken to Side 2. This all happens fast and very conveniently to get them back onto the colony. Everyone gathers at Side 2 and awaits the Queen, who is giving a speech. Uso is spotted by Chronicle, and he rushes towards the Queen and tells her he is Shakti's friend. That is when Marbay and Peggy make moves. This guy right here with the wig and the judge outfit shooting an automatic rifle is just the perfect little thing. Uso flees in the Gundam and tries to get Maria to come with him. And that will do it for this episode. There is a little bit of meandering in this episode. The kids leaving Side 2 just to head back to Side 2 all seems like someone wrote themselves into a corner. Next time, the team will be captured again. Katagina pilots a Rig Shakyu. The League takes over the Kalos Guild, and Uso potentially becomes the greatest murderer in Universal Century. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, if someone tries to sell you security robots for your colony, don't buy into it. They're garbage. Peace.